have with me here Mr. Akufo-Addo, the National Coordinator of the all-important National Decentralization Scholarships. Please, let's put our phones on silent or mute them. On my right is Miss Akufo-Addo. She's the head of education section, Ghana High Commission, UK. Can we? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, let me welcome you to probably what will be our last media engagement for the year. First of all, let me commend you for the good work you have been doing for Mother Ghana, especially matters relating to education. Your vigilance in probing research has ensured that matters that would have escaped the lenses of the Scholarship Secretariat are brought to the limelight. A typical example is the case of Thomas Amweni, the 18-year-old boy from Esuaba in the Upper West Akim district in the Eastern region, who did exceptionally well in the just-ended WASI with straight 8 A's in all subjects. His exceptional performance resulted in the president directing us to give him a full scholarship, which has accordingly been done. The success story of Thomas, I believe, will be a wake-up call to all the doubting Thomases who said the innovative free senior high school policy introduced by His Excellency President Akufo-Addo was a sham and only a political expediency. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, our presence here today is to tell the success story of the free senior high school and to announce to our brilliant students, the Akufo-Addo graduates, what His Excellency has yet directed the Scholarship Secretariat to do for them. First of all, it is important to delve a little into how funding education has evolved in Ghana over time, starting with the Northern Ghana Scholarship Scheme. The Northern Ghana Scholarship Scheme was introduced in 1960 by the first president of the First Republic, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and was for mainly children of Northern Ghana extraction. The scheme was to provide free secondary education for children of Northern extraction so as to bridge the educational gap development between the South and the North of the country, of which former Mahama President Mahama was a beneficiary. He had to leave Achimota Primary School to attend a free high school in the North, even though his father was a minister. Again, it sought to, among other things, incentivize secondary education, increase access and enrollment to secondary education by children of Northern Ghana parentage, and reduce dropout rate among disadvantaged students from Northern Ghana. Over time, successive governments have narrowed the scholarship package to only boarding and examination fees. Consequently, prior to the introduction of the free senior high school in 2017, the Northern Scholarship Scheme was only paying grants for Ghana Education Services absorbed boarding schools in the then 3 northern regions. Considering the huge investment in the Northern Scholarship Grant and its impact on the people of the North, it became necessary to expand the coverage to all Ghanaians to benefit from all this important national social intervention. Management of the Northern Scholarship Scheme. However, the management of the Northern Ghana Scholarship Scheme was besieged with numerous problems during the administration of the erstwhile Mahama NDC-led government. Beneficiary schools always had to threaten closure before funds were released for disbursement to these schools. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, it is worth mentioning that prior to the assumption of the office of the Akufo-Addo-led MPP government, there had been no payment from the Mahama-led government for almost 2.5 academic years. Fortunately, by June 2017, all arrears owed beneficiary schools were fully paid for by this government. Free SHS policy. As part of efforts to ensure that the promises made to Ghanaians in the lead up to the 2008, 2012, and 2016 elections were fulfilled, President Akufo-Addo in September 2017 launched what has become one of the most important policies in the history of Ghana, the free SHS, or the free senior high school policy. With the proven track record of scholarship administration in the country, the free senior high school was to be implemented by the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat with an oversight responsibility by the Ministry of Education. The policy operated on 3 key pillars: access, equity, and quality. The policy is to provide absolutely free secondary education to every Ghanaian child who enters a public high school, with an initial number of around 400,000 students in 2017, the government began the policy with a seed money of 486 million Ghana cedis, and so far, about 1.2 million students are benefiting from the policy. These children, but for the vision of President Akufo-Addo and the MPP, would have had their dream of secondary education cut short. A typical example is the Thomas Story and others like him who have all proven to excel when given the chance. Mention must also be made that government has not only, through the free SHS, alleviated the suffering of parents, but the target set for the policy has been exceeded. It is interesting to note, ladies and gentlemen of the press, that the naysayers, prophets of doom, defeatists, cynics, detractors, who once described the policy as not doable, are now in rush to claim that they are the originators of the policy. Probably, the NDC led by former President Mahama and the apparatchiks who went shouting, Mobaya Mayashe, Enye, it's 419 and the likes, think we have short memories and might have forgotten all the bastardizations against the policy. But Ghanaians are discerning now and can read between a government that wants to better the lives of its people and the one that will only want to run down what has been put in place by its predecessors. It will not be far-fetched to refresh our memories on some of the things that these naysayers said about the free SHS. Statements of critics then. These are about a few of those claiming to be originators of the free SHS had to say. President John Mahama, who today is all over the country dishonorably claiming to be the originator of the free senior high school, said he will not spend 2 billion cedis on free SHS if he had that money. And also, ladies and gentlemen of the press, how can we trust the country into the hands of a man who not only said the free SHS was not possible, but also cancelled the allowances for teacher and nursing trainees, and also as well as the Arabic teachers while in office? Definitely education is not a priority for them. Apart from that, former President Mahama so much against the free high school policy. Free SHS will fail. All this coming from the former president leaves much to be desired. Again, his cohorts. Free is not quality. Esedun Ketia again on 18 February 2012 said that Ghana does not need free SHS now. The late Lee Okran, may his soul rest in peace, on 21st November 2012 said, free SHS can only be achieved in 20 years to come. Nana-Addo can never implement free SHS. He is deceiving Ghanaians, Murtala Mohammed, on 15th October 2012. Where is Nana-Addo going to get the money from to start free SHS? The ubiquitous Kwesi Pratt quizzed 31st July 2012. Nana-Addo does not understand the term free SHS and does not even know the cost of it. Honorable Felix Ufosu-Kwache on 3rd July 2012. Free SHS is a 419, Esedun Ketia ranted. Free SHS is a scam and a sham. Dr. Omani Boama on 1st June 2012. As if that was not enough, yet yesterday, a founding member of the National Democratic Congress in Ashanti region, Alhaji Sani Mohammed, said the free SHS is unconstitutional. Indeed, President Akufo-Addo could not have put it or could not have said it better when he said the campaign of the NDC is wrought with confusion and lies. However, the wishes of the NDC failed, just like the Council of Ahithophel came to nothing. And the free SHS has materialized. Now, our children are enjoying free quality education under the free SHS. Now, our cherished free SHS graduates. Let me use this opportunity to congratulate these graduates who have come to be known as Akufo-Addo graduates for their sterling performance despite the stringent conditions under which they had to write their WASI. Kudos also goes to the parents and guardians of these children who believed in the vision of President Akufo-Addo and fully participated in the novel free SHS policy by enrolling their wards. The United Nations has commended Ghana for at least taking the bold initiative to actualize one of the Sustainable Development Goals, which has to do with free, quality, and equitable primary and secondary education for relevant, effective outcomes. An analysis done by the Ministry of Education with regards to the recent WASI results shows that this year's performance is an improvement over what has been seen in previous years. The latest results saw an increase of pass from 48.96% in 2019 to 57.34% in 2020 for English language, with mathematics, core science, and social studies all recording an improvement. It is very important at this juncture to do some analysis of the last 2 years of former President Mahama, that's 2015, 2016, and the last 2 years of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, for his first term, that's 2019, 2020. We couldn't have gone back so much because usually there's a rippling effect. If you are going to do 2017, 2018, what it means is that most of the educational interventions that might have been started by the previous administration. So the last two for each of them. So for English language, for 2015, this is for WASI, the same institution called WAEC that ran the same exams for all batches of high school. For English language, the pass rate in 2015 under Mahama was 45.2%. In 2016, it was 51.6%, recording an average over the 2-year period of 48.4%. Under President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, in 2019, and English language was 49.06%, 2020 was 57.34%, recording an average of 53.20% for English language. For integrated science, in 2015, the Mahama graduates recorded 28.7%. In 2016, we recorded 48.35%, having an average of 28.53% for the 2-year period. The same integrated science under President Akufo-Addo, 2019 recorded 62.94%, while 2020 recorded 52.53%, recording an average of 57.74%. Core mathematics under Mahama 2015 recorded 32.4% and 33.12% in 2016, having an average of 32.76%. Under President Akufo-Addo, 2019 core mathematics recorded 64.23% and 2020 recorded 65.71%, having an average over the 2-year period for 64.97%. For social studies under Mahama in 2015, it was 57.4% and 2016 was 54.55%, recording an average for the 2-year period to be 55.97%. Under President Akufo-Addo, 2019 was 75.36%, 2020 was 64.31%, recording an average of 69.84%. So if you look at the combined averages for the two streams, that's former President Mahama and President Akufo-Addo, for all the 4 core subjects, you see that the combined average for Mahama for the 2 years for the combined 4 core subjects is 43.92%, while that of President Akufo-Addo is 61.44%. It must be pointed out that 2020 is the only year in the past 6 years that more than 50% of candidates scored between A1 to C6 in all core subjects. Similarly, there has been some improvements in integrated and English language. The results suggest that 50% of the approximately 342,500 candidates who wrote the WASI, which is over 150,000, are likely to qualify for tertiary education. It must be put on record that the head of the public affairs of WAEC, Mrs. Agnes Tekujo, has also stated that this year's result is one of the best in the country in recent times. Many were those who said the free high school was just about rushing our children through secondary school without taking into consideration the quality aspect. But we all know that was not the case from the data that I just provided you. In fact, government put in place a number of interventions, including math and science training for teachers, core textbooks for all students, intervention grants for teachers, remedial packages delivered to all students, free uniforms, meals for both day and boarding students, provision of past questions and the chief examiner's report to students, support for low-performing schools, and on-time payment of subventions, among others. These graduates must be pat on their back, as I indicated earlier, for their resilience despite the COVID-19 restrictions which somehow affected them in their preparation during the exams. They had to write the WASI under extreme physical and psychological conditions. The results are therefore clear manifestation that the government's interventions aimed at ensuring that the Ghanaian youth access an inclusive and equitable quality senior high school education as well as attain better learning outcomes are working. As stated by Benjamin Franklin, one of the founding fathers of the United States, and I quote, "Energy and persistence conquer all things," unquote. These young graduates have exhibited bravery and perseverance. Now the local tertiary. If the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat charged by the vision of the President, it is our objective to give opportunity to each and every Ghanaian student deserving of an award for tertiary education. To this end, the introduction of the local tertiary scholarship by President Akufo-Addo has shown his commitment to education. The decentralized tertiary scholarship caters for the academic facility user fees or the tuition fees of all deserving students in any accredited tertiary institution in Ghana, both private and public. The maiden decentralized local scholarship paid the tuition fees of over 30,000 Ghanaian students in the 2019-2020 academic year alone. The online application process. The strategic decision was taken in 2019 to digitize the scholarship application process for the 2020-2021 academic year for both the local and the foreign scholarship schemes. The main reason was to increase accessibility and ensure transparency and fairness while being able to pay tuition fees and stipends promptly. To this effect, scholarship processes for the 2020-2021 academic year commenced in March 2020 through our online portal www.scholarshipgh.com and saw over 300,000 Ghanaians applying from all over the country without physically engaging the Secretariat or having to travel from the hinterland to access our services. Let me give you an update of the process as of today. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, I am glad to inform you that the Scholarship Secretariat has commenced payment processes for the first batch of the online application applicants who participated in the nationwide scholarship selection interviews in their respective districts. As of today, applicants numbering 11,581 of the envisaged 45,000 successful applicants from the following assemblies have had their tuition fees paid to their respective institutions: Lejekuku Municipal, Aowin Municipal, Sene East District Assembly, Setre Afram Place, Wasa East, Sefiri Oso, Ekunfi District, Bogatanga, Wa Municipal, Yendi, Tamale, Swaman, Hohoi, New Jabin South, Ebuakwa North, Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, Bosome Frehu District, Gan West Municipal Assembly, Gan Central Municipal Assembly, Tema West Municipal Assembly, Chifu Etiwa Mokwa District, Ebura Asebu Kwaman Kese, Bosomche, Bomoro, Bia, South Dai, Agotime, Jasikan, Tolon, Wa West, Jirapa, Bongo, Pusiga, Esunafo South, Wenchi, South Akim, Etiwa East, Cape Coast Metropolitan, Nkranza North, Pru West, Sisala, Boku West, Pon Katamanso, Aguna East, Ho Municipal, Yilo Krobo, Binduri, Sene West, Esikuma Odomin Brakwa, Accra Metropolitan. It is our hope that the tertiary institutions fast-track the validation process to enable us expedite action on the payment. And now, to the big announcement. I wish to announce that after the successful launch of the online application system in April this year, which saw more than 300,000 applicants submit their online application, the President has once again, based on the sterling performance, directed the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat to immediately open the online portal for these free SHS graduates to apply for scholarships for their tertiary education as soon as immediate. This is an opportunity for our cherished first beneficiaries of the free SHS policy who would be eligible to once again enjoy a tuition-free tertiary education in Ghana under His Excellency President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Eligibility. All applicants who wrote the WASI in 2020 and have gained admission or have applied for admission into an accredited tertiary institution are eligible to apply. It's just a four-step application process. One, open the web address www.scholarshipgh.com, sign up and create a user account to register. 3, complete an online application form and upload all required documents. Then 4, complete an online aptitude test. I want to use this opportunity to call on all the Akufo-Addo graduates to seize this big opportunity and apply. As indicated by the President, no Ghanaian child should be left behind. There are strict timelines. From today to the 15th of December, we have opened the portal to accept applications. From 16th to 29th of December will be the nationwide selection interview at your respective districts. You don't have to travel from Esiakwa to Accra, no. By second week of January 2021, validation and payments to respective institutions. In conclusion, the fact cannot be gainsaid that education has been the backbone of our development as a nation. To make it one of the priority areas in our manifesto is something that needs commendation, and to even walk the talk deserves more commendation. Education has proven to be the most effective bridge in closing the gap between the rich and the poor, and requires all the seriousness it deserves, something the Akufo-Addo government has and continues to do. To our friends in the NDC led by former President Mahama, I don't know if the media circulation that we are seeing is true, that he has revised his manifesto to cater for free tertiary. I wonder how that is going to be done anyway. But he who is able to do is usually said to a person who has done it before. To our friends in the NDC, they can continue to toy with the education of Ghanaians. Their commitment and seriousness that they attach to the high school is something that we all saw during their administration. Beyond offering such opportunity to all, one of the cardinal imperatives of the free SH policy was to lower the high levels of illiteracy in our society. The bold steps taken by President Akufo-Addo is yielding and will continue to yield Ghana, and Ghana shall prosper. Again, the first batch of these free SHS graduates who will be eligible will be able to enjoy a free tuition tertiary education in Ghana under His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. God bless us all, and I thank you for your attention. So we take questions. Joe, how do we proceed? After the questions, I will do the tree of the big announcement.
Can you please clarify again the beneficiaries of the online or the scholarship open for the WASI graduates? Clarify for me, and when the monies will be paid. You mentioned, or I heard, January 2021. I mean, that is if, I don't know whether the NANECO is still in government, that will be still, that if the NANECO is not in government, if that will still be possible.
Yeah, the eligibility criteria is for all WASI, the first batch of the free SHS. They are the people who are eligible. These students who have gained admission or have applied to gain admission in any of the local accredited tertiary institutions. And by accredited tertiary institution, we mean whether it's nursing training, teacher training, polytechnic, technical university, whether private or public. Scholarship awarding is a process. So the process starts now with the opening of the portal. 1st to 15th December is open. Then from 16th to 29th of December, we do the nationwide district level interviews. Then by the second week in January 2021, payments will be effected. So it's a process. The only thing that can guarantee the continuity of this all-important program for our students in the free SHS is to maintain the leadership of the Akufo-Addo-led government. Because as for President Mahama, even if the little things such as the free SHS, he said he was going to cancel it. And he canceled the teacher trainee and the nursing trainee allowance. So it means that if Nana Addo Dankwa is not retained as the president of Ghana come 2021, what it means is that all this process that we have started will be cancelled by President Mahama. If, God forbid, he becomes the president.
Okay, my question. My name is Rafo.
I think there's a follow-up.
Yeah. So, I mean, you said the process rolling. Okay.
Yes.
So then, is it not prudent for you to ensure that whoever takes the reins is able to facilitate it for the benefit of the Ghanaian children?
Absolutely so. But we know what the NDC can do. You remember they said they will cancel the free SHS policy. So they are in the cancellation, they cancel everything and anything. That is good. So they negate the progress or the forward movement agenda of all Ghanaians. So the only thing to do is to protect the free SHS and to protect the local tertiary for these graduates by voting for President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Because retainership will ensure continuity. As for that, is guaranteed.
Okay, my name is Rafo from Adum. I could see the NDC announcing for an engineer program to absorb full fees of 2021 TCL students. Initially, they said children, that's 50% for government if NDC gets it. I heard you mentioning that, and is it not feasible, or again, don't you think if MPP retains power, it is feasible to implement since we started the 3 years it is?
Okay, feasibility or otherwise, it's not something that we can argue so much about, because the two gentlemen who are all seeking the last 4 years have all been presidents of this republic before. Former President Mahama has been a president. In fact, he's the most privileged Ghanaian I've ever seen in public office. He had the privilege of becoming a presiding member. He had the privilege of becoming a deputy minister. He had the privilege of becoming a minister. He had a very big privilege of becoming a vice president of this republic. He had the privilege of becoming a president, which was on probation because for 6 months. And he had the privilege of becoming a full president in 2013. We all saw what he did. He cancelled basically everything that had to do with a social educational intervention. So if the NDC is issuing a communique that is they are going to make tertiary education free, that cannot be trusted. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, 2008, 2012, and 2016 mentioned, and it was all over, that if he was given the opportunity, he was going to do, or he was going to make secondary school education free for all, which he has done. So like the proverb goes, he who is able to do is usually said to a person who has done it before. So given the two, it is very clear.
So from the 2008 that NDC started drumming into the ears of the that free SHS was not possible. And now that the implementation has gone through, and they see that the reality has come, and they have come out with the Fanina for tertiary institutions. Assuming MPP wins power, how are you going to this policy that NDC was presenting? We could do, or we can do it this way so that we push it ahead.
I mean, the whole world,
Does the MPP have it?
yes, the whole world thrives on science and data, like Chemawun to me said some time ago. You see, it is absolutely preposterous, even at this time, to throw to the wind that you are going to do tertiary education free for all. Let's not even spend time on that. But what is possible and what is achievable is the progression that we are making from the high school. And now the announcement that as many as free SHS graduates that will be eligible are going to enjoy tuition free tertiary. Again, the MPP made it very clear that there's not going to be any guarantee system for the student loan. It's just a matter of having a Ghana card. So it means that if you have your tuition being paid for you, if you're eligible and you get your tuition being paid for you, and you have just a Ghana card, you'll be able to access a loan to pay for other costs that comes with your tertiary. And there's a guaranteed job placement even after schooling. It means that it is very progressive and the trend is very clear. As against somebody issuing a one-page statement, a person was throwing stones all over the place that even basic education was not possible. Can I guarantee us this? Can they guarantee us that free tertiary is a possibility? I can't speak for them. What I can speak to is what we have witnessed. What I can speak to is the progress that we are making as a nation. What I can speak to is that our free SHS graduates, their parents and their guardians are now going to have their burdens lessened because those who will be eligible for our scholarship will be given free tuition at tertiary.
So the announcement just around the corner that leave the MPP
Oh, panic. NDC throw a win. No. If it was the other way that it would have been something that, but now there's a match. I'm even inclined to believe that they came out of that rush because of the announcement that they saw that there was going to be a big announcement. And they know that when MPP always walks the talk. So definitely it's going to happen. And again, let me entreat all free SHS graduates to go on to our scholarship application portal, www.scholarshipga.com, and to make the application. The only guarantee for the sustainability of this local tertiary for our free SHS graduates is the retainership of His Excellency, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
To jump on the back of your question, is this
Joe.
the media have one in MX24?
Sorry.
So the number MX24.
Okay.
So is this scholarship going to be catered for the entire academic stay of these students, or going to be for an academic year?
All our scholarships are yearly renewable because, like the name suggests, scholarship means that it has to be scholarly. It means that after your first year, your renewal is based on your sterling performance that you put up. So for those who continue to do well, which I don't have an iota of doubt that this free SHS graduates will do well and will be able to excel. So it means that it's for the tenure of their schooling.
Yeah, my name is Akufo-Addo. I work for the research lab. Mr. Henry, is this whole policy anchored or rooted in the properly developed framework? I'm asking this question. Like you said, in this country, we do all kinds of politics. We did politics with national health insurance. Now, maybe after 4 years that the people is no longer a member of the party, they can do all kinds of things. That's because they want to come to one of the group. So, we have this policy properly anchored in the legal framework so that it can sustain us for very long time to come. And my second question, in this policy, meant for only people in the public schools, what of the private school? Because they are all connected anyway. So if you have a quantum of money earmarked for people in the public schools, can the same quantum of money also be given to people? Because it's not everybody who has got a chance of doing it.
Yes, Nana from Daily Searchlight. I get you. I think let me repeat again. This scholarship is for all students, whether they are going to private or public tertiary institutions. And again, on the backdrop of sustainability, the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat has been in existence since 1960. Sustainability or otherwise of it will depend on who becomes the president and how much the person wants to invest in education. I mean, Ghana the days during the Espa Mahama administration, the scholarship secretariat was dead, buried, and forgotten institution. You only hear of the scholarship secretariat when students were abandoned in Russia and other places, even the Northern Grant, of which former President Mahama was a beneficiary. They were not paying. So the sustainability of it is about a government that is committed to education. And I have every belief that when His Excellency the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, is retained, there will be continuity.
My question is, if this year I'm unable to apply, do I still have the ability to apply for the coming year? Because they're saying that this is the first part of the legal who can apply. So if I'm the first part of the first part, I need to allocate it and apply this year and next year. But in next year, another batch is opening up. So am I still
Yes, you are very much eligible. You know, the scholarship liability is a revolving liability. What it means is that at any time you will have continuing students and new students. So the portal, like we did in March this year, in every March the portal will be open for continuous students, and around the same year by this time it will also be open for another batch of the free high school people.